one of those questions that will come from the other side, meaning like
Sure.
the
Vlad?
one. No,
Like
more
from
like,
a guy like Vladimir Layuski?
hey, I can't speak for that. I can't speak for that. But let's just say the generic rapper
Okay.
back in the '90s, early 2000s would have said he has groupie love. He takes said groupie on tour and pays her for just being with him, which is technically, by definition, what is considered S trafficking in today's
Mhm.
terms. But this was
Yes.
normal. This was normal back then.
And it was wrong back then.
Was it a crime back then? I guess is that the question? I guess that's the question to ask.
Once upon a time, if you got caught buying, carrying, and smoking cannabis, that was a crime. And now, all you need is a car. And you can go to a store and buy you some. Isn't that something?
Hey,
It's funny how things change and rearrange. I come from that time. I come from that era. I grew up in that time. I grew up in that era. And I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of guys that did a lot of things, got away with a lot of stuff. I've discussed some of it with you people at length. Some of the things that I've witnessed, some of the things that I've seen. And guess what? It was all wrong. Whether or not it was considered legal or not legal, it was wrong. It was morally wrong.
correct.
The simple fact that anybody could sit there in that courtroom and hear stories about someone having urine poured down their throat until they throw up and say that that was a relationship and say that that was wanted and say that that was, people just being freaky. It's disgusting. Honestly, I've been grieving for the world because the whole world is fucked. For
Mm.
people to have the attitude that they have right now about the stuff that's going on, the stuff that they're seeing, hmm, y'all gotta forgive me. What happened? Why did it say? Oh no, I'll figure it out. It's right here.
Can
See,
I
I'm
ask?
working on something right
Ooh,
now that's probably going to really, really, really make it hard for me to play along with any of what the other side thinks or has to say.
can you give us a?
Would you be interested in me telling you what it is that I'm
Yeah,
working?
yeah, can you give us a tease or what?
Yeah, I can. I can. I'm going to read it to you before I show it to you so this way, Document certification. Case, I'm not going to say the case number. Third Judicial Circuit Court, Michigan. Hmm. State of Michigan, County of Wayne, City of Detroit. I, Kathy M. Garrett, Clerk of the Third Judicial Circuit Court, do hereby certify that the foregoing is currently taken and copied from the original record in the case of the People versus Derek L. Moore. Case number, whoop-de-whoop. Now remaining in my office and of record in said court, and that the same has been examined and compared by me with the original of said record in said cause, and and that it is a correct transcript therefrom, and of the whole of such original recording. In the testimony whereof I have hereunto set my hand and affixed the seal of said court on the 23rd day of September in the year 2025. And it was signed off by the clerk, Erica P. Let me pull it up so you can see that. You see that seal?
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah. Court of Wayne County. Ask me why that means anything.
Please, if you don't mind.
Well, see, it has to do with this case. Back in 1998, it's so funny that you said rappers from back then, back in the late 90s, and they did this and they did that. It's funny. Two different names, same case file. Nobody bothered to pay attention. This was filed on May 2nd, 1998. The defendant's name is Derek Lee Cordello Smith.
Mhm.
Have you ever heard that name before?
No, please.
Hmm. He's a victim of Sean Combs, a real life victim, Sean Combs, who's been
Mm.
sitting in jail for 28 years for crimes that he did not commit and for an act of self defense that was criminalized.
Uh, should we be looking into these cases more? Because we look to provide voices for the voiceless, and I know he can't tell his story.
Let's see what the exhibits are. Oh, and just so we have a table of contents, the witness that was on the stand for this hearing is Kim Elworthy, who is a state's attorney and a judge for Detroit. The judge was John O'Hare, and Derek was representing himself, and he did the cross examination. I'm going to read a few things, share a few things with you guys, if that's okay.
Please.
But let's see what the exhibits are. Commitment of sentence to corrections department for offense of second degree red rum, self defense variable. The victim was Carl Bishop, and the plea was nolo contendere plea, which means no contest, to remain sealed per plea agreement of John O'Hare, Kim Elworthy, Sean Combs, and defendant Derek Lee Cordello Smith. Agreement in 1997 between parties. This is an exhibit. Commitment of sentence to the Corrections Department for offense of criminal sexual conduct, third degree, as conditioned primary offense. Wayne County Medical Examiner's autopsy report, which would be the autopsy report of Carl Bishop, an sexual assault kit, a grape kit, and the materials contained were of the victim and the defendant. The incident report identifying Sean Combs as the assault suspect. Well, do you
Okay.
understand what that means?
Hey,
Do you understand what that means? What I'm holding right here in my hand in this device that I uploaded for protection of the records. See, while everybody was busy watching that sham of whatever that was supposed to be to make people think that that guy actually was finally handled up on in some way, shape, or form, God was busy making sure that these very real findings came to me. Do you see what I'm telling you?
Real life, real life. If that shit ain't real life, that shit ain't AI, that shit
it
AI.
ain't real life.